In order to invite other users to collaborate with on this project, as well as set folder permissions, I'm going to need to do this through the Trimble Connect for Web interface. Here on the Main Data tab, I can go ahead and press this Open the Project in Web Browser. This will then log me in automatically to Trimble Connect for Web and bring me to this specific project. You can see here that I've got the matching folder structure in Trimble Connect for Web and all of the files that I synchronized and uploaded to the cloud. Let's go ahead and then go to the Team tab page. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create some user groups. So in this particular case, I'll just do it by different department names here at my company. So I'll do the first group as Design. Then the second group will be Project Management. Then I'll make the third group Construction. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and invite some users to this project. First, I'll go ahead and invite Yusi Ketoya, and I'm going to add him to the Design group. I'm then going to give him the role of being a project administrator, which means he has full permissions to invite other users, control the permissions on folders, as well as close and manage activities here on the project. Here you can see that there's an icon showing that he has not created his account yet. So with this being said, I can see whether or not when I send the invite that he will need to go ahead and activate his account. Now I'm going to go ahead and add Temu Navel. So again, I'll go to Add User. I'll enter in his email address, and I'm going to add him to the Construction group. I'll then go ahead and choose his role to be User. By being a user, you don't have as many permissions as an administrator for managing the project and inviting and setting the different roles for other users. You also are then following the rules and permissions that are set by administrators, which we'll cover here in a second. I'm then going to go ahead and edit myself, and I'm going to add myself to the project management group. You can select more than one group at a time to add a user to. You can also add users, choose which group that they belong to, as well as whether they're an administrator or a user on a project by importing from Excel. Here's an example format of that Excel spreadsheet that you can import users from. You set the column header here for the user email, the user group, and then also the role. Lastly, we can edit a user status by selecting them and pressing Details. We can then remove the user from the project, or we can go ahead and edit Temu's access. Instead of being a user, I can go ahead and set him to be an administrator. I can only switch this role if I, as my user profile, is a project administrator. Now that we've invited users to the project and associated them to the appropriate user groups, let's go ahead and set some folder permissions. We'll go to the Data tab, select on the Models folder, and then go to the More drop-down and select Folder Permissions. By default, let's set access to read-only access to all members on the project. Then for the Design group users, we're going to go ahead and set them to have full access. This means that any other users and any other user groups beyond the Design group will only be able to read and download and view those files. Only members of the Design group will be able to upload and overwrite files in this folder. We can then go ahead and choose to set the permission level at this top level folder only, or all of the subfolders that are included in this particular Models folder. When folder permissions are set in Trimble Connect for Web, those permissions are automatically applied for users that are logging in using Trimble Connect Desktop. Remember though that project administrators have full access to all of the folders and different contents on the project, and that these permissions are really only applied to project users.